Yo, thanks for clicking on the video. Let's get started with Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva for my autistic white boy parlay. I'm going with Arnold Allen to win a decision. I think he could be patient and calm enough, fight behind that jab, and survive the brawls when he needs to. I think he just has superior boxing to Gene Silva, and he'll be more defensively sound than Diego Lopez, even though Diego Lopez is probably more durable than Arnold Allen, and I don't think grappling will really come into play for this matchup. The only real grappling either of these guys really would throw up is that guillotine off the cage. If one of them, for some random reason, just decides to shoot a double leg, they both have that kind of ninja choke, guillotine off the cage kind of choke. I think Allen has two, and Gene has one against Bryce Mitchell. This was the most back and forth I went for the fights for this parlay. Gene, what made me end up going against Gene is, even though I think he's more well-rounded of a striker and definitely hits harder than Allen, I think all that lunging in and jumping towards people that he does, and even some of that taunting, I think that's going to leave him too open. And if Allen's able to just resist brawling just a little bit and bank in like a couple minutes of a round of just jabbing him up and using his better footwork against Gene Silva, I think he could bag in maybe like one extra round to end up winning the fight. Next, we have Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I already made a full video on this, so I'll summarize this real quickly. This is a layup for Sean O'Malley. He's my lock of the whole card. His knees and kicks and like leg strikes, that's the word I'm looking for, is way better than Song's. Maybe Song has better leg kicks, but overall Song, he's just a worse version of Peter Yan. He doesn't have Yan's wrestling, he doesn't have his clinch striking, he doesn't have the elbows, the knees, the kicks to the body or head. All the stuff that was able to arguably let Peter Yan win the fight against O'Malley. He doesn't have the dynamic striking ability of Yan on top of the boxing, and even then, Peter Yan has better boxing than Sean. Peter Yan has better boxing than Song Yadong. I think Sean O'Malley, he has already went over better leg strikes, and I think his punches, he has better accuracy, and he's better at it actually like placing the shot perfectly on somebody than just actually throwing combos and standing in the pocket. He's a way better sniper than Song Yadong is. Song Yadong might hit harder, but since he doesn't have the superior shot placement of O'Malley, O'Malley's actually more likely to KO more people in the division. And I think Song Yadong might shoot a couple takedowns, but even if he gets them, I think O'Malley's going to be able to pop right back up. He doesn't have the controlling wrestling ability of a Yan or a Marab. And I think O'Malley has a pretty underrated guard and get-up ability. So yeah, the grappling will be pretty much nothing. I think Sean O'Malley will have a masterclass decision because I think Song Yadong is just pretty durable and won't actually get finished. Now, for the main event, I'm going with Justin Gaethje to win by decision, but this one's definitely a worrying one. I think this is kind of like how we all thought the Hamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker fight would go, and did kind of go. The popular statement that, like, okay, Chimaev's going to go out there, ragdoll him in the first round, but if Whittaker's able to survive that round, Chimaev's instantly going to gas out and just get beaten up on. I believe this is Paddy's first 5-rounder. Yeah, it has to be. And I think that's going to play a lot. I don't think that's getting mentioned enough, that Paddy might not even have the cardio to go 5 rounds like that. And he obviously has not fought nearly Gaethje's only fought Doom and Despair in the UFC. And Paddy's had this Mickey Mouse run to the belt. So yeah, I don't think he has the experience to beat Gaethje. Paddy's very wild on the feet, leaves lots of openings, has been rocked a bunch by unranked fighters. And if you let Gaethje get those kind of shots on you, you're not going to be up for very long. And as Gaethje said, if 2 men could hold you down, I know, if 1 man could hold you down, 2 men could rape you. And that makes perfect sense, since I guess the only 2 men who could rape Gaethje so far are Charles Oliveira and Khabib Nurmagomedov. And Paddy Pimblett does not have their ability to take anybody down. Charles didn't even take Gaethje down. He knocked him down with a cross, which Paddy isn't doing that either. Like, his straight punches are nowhere near Charles. Charles has very underrated Muay Thai. Like, that's not brought up enough in his game. That he's a very good Muay Thai striker, and that's what ended up knocking down Gaethje, letting him jump on him and get the submission eventually. And Khabib obviously is he's the best wrestler in UFC history. Of course, he's going to take Gaethje down and submit him. I do think Gaethje definitely has. That's obvious. His weakness is the jiu-jitsu, but Paddy doesn't have the wrestling to actually stop that. And Gaethje has shown he's got great takedown defense, and even when he does get taken down, he has really good scrambling ability to get up instantaneously. When he has the opportunity to scramble, he's able to pop up pretty quickly. So I believe that Paddy Pimblett does have a 20-30% chance to win if the fight ends up on the ground instantly in the first round. The way that happens, he gets pushed onto the cage, a little scramble starts from there, and they end up on the ground. Paddy jumps guard or jumps a triangle, or maybe Paddy gets dropped and Gaethje jumps on top of him into his guard, which I don't see Gaethje doing. It would be kind of, if Paddy's able to luck his way onto the ground, then I think he wins in the first round. But if it goes past the first round, it's definitely leaning more towards Gaethje, and every round after that, it leans more towards Gaethje. Thanks for watching. See you guys. And subscribe to Bro. That would be epic. I got a lot of videos coming soon. Thanks.